Growing up in Sri Lanka, it was a very tumultuous time. There were times when there was a riot, there was curfew. So change was a very important part of growing up in Sri Lanka. I think all of us want constant, right? We don't like change. Many of us have a difficult time with change because along with change comes the need to adapt and the need to, do something different, to be able to embrace something. But none of us want something new, even if the new is sometimes better. So in 2017, I bought DeVal Lifecycle Support out of bankruptcy, and we had put everything into it. And having done everything I knew to do, I figured when I walked into DeVal that I would have been embraced with open arms, but that wasn't the case. There were moments that I was, discouraged, maybe disappointed. Even one time I just wow, God, what did I go and do? I put everything I owned into this thing. Is it going to come right?
We have a lot of employees who were used to the way things were. They've been doing the same things for 45 years. They were comfortable in what they already knew. Change to them kind of made them feel unstable, and they needed some reassurance as to what the changes were and where they stood in the company.
This was a 70-year-old company that had a lot of legacy, had a lot of people who had worked here for a very long time. Many of them felt disappointed and disillusioned. Change can be difficult because of what it can do to you. And so a perspective is important. In order to be able to take on that change and to be able to say, I'm going to grow through it, I'm going to grow from it.
Sam, he was trying to create this environment of cross-training, collaboration, and basically just love. He wanted everybody to reach their God-given potential.
It was something that I had to do, and I prayed, asked God for a lot of wisdom, surrounded myself with people who were like-minded, who would be catalysts of this change that I needed. Many people in my situation use people in order to build a business. But the way that I see it is that we use a business to build people. This was not something that I could delegate. This was something that I needed to lead from the front. And I needed to be intentional about it. I needed to make myself available. I got to know every single person personally. I tried to show them by being intentional that every one of them mattered.
We started to feel more like a family at that time. He sent the message to the whole company every day. It was a weekly meeting that we have every morning to let everybody know, hey, this is what the company is doing, this is what we expect, this is how we're going to grow. So we became more of a family where we started to care about each other.
Once we set our layer of empathy, our layer of transparency, our employees they felt way more safe. They were able to engage more, talk more about their personal lives. It became instead of a job initiative or a corporate initiative, it was more like our calling, like a group calling. We were aligned, we were on the same mission.
Over a period of time, I started to find that, they started to accept who I was and started to let me in order to be able to create the transformation in the culture that I had always envisioned. So along with change, I believe, comes a lot of opportunity, right? And so as we embrace that change, there is that new opportunity, that new ability, a new skill set, new people, a new season. And to me, that's very thrilling.
Change isn't a destination, it's a journey. Knowing what our future holds, we can see the writing on the wall, and it's just exciting every day coming to work, what's next? What challenges do we have to face? What's next on the horizons? And knowing that at the end of the day, not only are we serving God, that we're serving our country and protecting the men and women of this country is just fulfilling.
So our perspective needs to be that change is a constant and that we really need to embrace that and recognize that, we have calluses from the last change that we've been through, and then recognize that God has actually positioned us for the next one.